Our goal this morning is to teach you how to plant amaryllis seeds so that you can produce beautiful amaryllis blooms like these. After the blooms are fertilized, they produce a seed pod. This is a kind of scrawny one, but it's a seed pod, has 3 chambers, and inside the chambers are the seed. Once they are fully ripened and turned brown, they pop open, as you see here. And inside we have maybe 50 or 60 seed per chamber. You need to open those up and let them dry, and they'll fall out. And they need to continue to dry inside, because the wind will blow them away real easy, for about 3 or 4 days a week maybe would be good. You can plant amaryllis seed by floating them on water, as we've done here. This process takes about 3 weeks, but it's very labor intensive. After they germinate, you still have to come back and plant each seed individually, and there's not much to work with. See the little root? So you can do it that way, but I don't recommend it necessarily. So what I want to do now is to show you the way we pot our amaryllis and plant the seed. You'll need a container. A flat like this is good. Make sure that it has plenty of drainage holes. This one could actually use a few more. A good mixture for planting them is sod, but you'll have to be careful. Sod will retain too much moisture. I like to use a good topsoil, as we have here, and mix it with sand, like so that the water will flow through the soil without making it boggy. So a good mix like this, that's about sufficient. Now you can use perlite or vermiculite mix. This is a perlite mixed with sand and topsoil. That will help to retain enough moisture around the seed. So after you've got your mix, simply put it in the pot, the flat, level it out a little. A depth of about 3 or 4 inches is good. This could be a little deeper. Then take your dried, cured seed and simply sprinkle them all over the tray. Maybe I've got 125 or 30 seed here that I'm going to put in this tray. If they're cured properly and they're good seed, you might get a germination rate as high as 80%. But if you've allowed your seed to sit around too long, the quality of the seed goes down. If you're going to keep them out any length of time before planting, you'll need to refrigerate them. Then they'll last up to a year. So I kind of pat them down a little bit. The seed inside is very, very small. There's the seed. This is a mechanism for transporting the seed, built by the designer so that it would fly all over the place. So here we're ready now to put just a modest amount of topsoil over the seed. Not too deep, about 1/8 of an inch is sufficient. Pat it down real good. And now it's ready to soak with water. Thoroughly soaked with water. And this process must be repeated day by day to keep the soil not soaked or waterlogged, but simply moist, so that the seed will germinate. It'll take about 3 weeks for the seed to germinate and produce a little sprout, such as we saw with the floaters. But soon these will start to pop up through the soil as you see here in this flat. These are about 35 days old. And after they pop up, then you'll need to fertilize them, continue to keep them moist, use a water-soluble fertilizer and fertilize them at least weekly throughout the growing season until the fall. And if you've done all of your homework,